All right, all right, all right. We are back in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back. We are back. Season 2. We are back in the building. You know how it go. High School Basketball Weekly. We here. All right, y'all. We back. High School Basketball Weekly Season 2. I am your host, Glenn Pooh Harding, with my co-host,
Brian Reichert.
You know how we do, baby. We exposing the myth tonight. So sit back and enjoy the show. Because we back, baby.
We're back.
Man, you know why I love that intro, right? Because after that year, things changed dramatically, right? The PSAL had this scandal that broke out, right? And then the Catholic school thought they was going to go unscathed. And then the next year, there was a purge in the Catholic school league.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
So that was like the last of the last, kind of, not saying the last of the era, but that's when kind of things kind of changed in that aspect.
Absolutely. Things are starting to shift for sure.
There you go. There was definitely a shift. There was definitely a major shift. But hey, we're in a new year, new season, and we got more things to discover. Right?
Yeah.
So it was good seeing you, bro. It was good seeing you at Catholic School Media Day. I think that was the first time we saw each other in a while. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that was a great event, huh, Pooh?
Great event.
First class.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yes. And I think there was a good thing for the Catholic School League because, you know, with all that was going on, they wanted to show their players that, you know, the Catholic School is still one of the best leagues in the country and that they have more to offer for their kids for staying, right? You stay,
Absolutely.
you're going to get treated as professionals on and off the court, and we're going to show you that you guys are royalty by giving you your own media day and bringing your best players and coaches in to talk to the media.
Yeah, and it was good to see a lot of different members of the media there, you know, which was great. It was great to see those guys that are there at the league definitely taking care of the media, kind of made it about us, which was nice. And, you know, they had every single team in the league there from top to bottom. So great to meet some of those guys. You know, I've messaged some, but never really met a bunch of them, which, I mean, it was great. And just to catch up, totally got me juiced for the season, man. I'm so excited. I don't know about you.
No, I was very excited to be there and, you know, just show our support, right? Because, you know, a lot of guys are going to be surprised this year when they try to get media passes and they get rejected.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we have been mainstays for the longest, but, you know, a lot of people just come to the hot games and, you know, get their spot in the corners and, you know, hey, I'm not knocking those dudes or anybody else that's doing it, but if you're not trying to be consistent with your brand and what you do, I don't think it's going to be too good for you come playoff time.
Yeah, I think the headhunting is definitely going to stop with some of the camera guys. And, you know, some of these guys are fantastic and are at every single game, whether it's a B game or, you know, the championship. So those guys are going to get rewarded. But I agree with you. I think a lot of that's going to change with these guys just headhunting these big games.
Yeah, a lot of people kind of complain to me on the low, you get a lot of coaches and a lot of Catholic school administration that talk about those guys just coming out there getting footage and not really showing love to the other schools. And I talked to the smaller divisions, and not even saying the smaller division, but the other divisions, and let them know that I will be out there to support them. Even if nobody else there, I'm going to show up to these games, to make my presence felt, because a lot of times we missing a lot of good competitive games.
Of course. I mean, we had fun
that diamond in the rough, and that diamond in the rough.
We had fun at LAU watching that Regis game, man.
That's right. Yeah. So listen, salute to the Catholic school for everything you've been doing, and hopefully the PSAL could put together a media day as well for their kids.
100%.
Yeah. Coach Rose from Eagles like, Pooh, why don't you guys do it? Just put it together yourselves. Yeah, we service 200-something schools. Something got to give. You know what I mean? It'll be cool if they contract us and
and we would totally do it right and set it up. But it can't be one of these things like, oh yeah, you guys got to do it. Let's get some timing. Let's try and plan it. We want to do things right because to see like the varsity media in there and them talking to coaches, like that's what the media day is about. And like you had your interviews, we had our interviews. Everyone's talking to all the guys. Like the PSAL needs that too, but I think that's a bigger problem with the league. They got to come together. Get organized.
Yo, CK, what up, man?
He's back.
We started today, I believe. Hey, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna need you to put together your the top 10 schools from up there, and then I know we're supposed to bring you on before, but we'll bring you on next week. So
of course,
kind of get everything in New York straight, right? And we need again. I know you'll bring your top 10 schools from Long Island, right?
Yep.
And we'll bring it all together so we could, make this New York front strong.
Yeah, and I mean Maurice had me help him with an upstate kind of list, so I need CK to give me some instructions, see what he thinks of our list we came up with.
Yeah, that'll be dope. That'll be dope. Well, let's jump right into it, right? Unless you've been under a rock and haven't been following me on social media, you wouldn't know that I was hired to go out to Texas, right? For the Jamal Brown Invitational Showcase. Now, it was a coincidence that Jamal Brown, he was a star at Sam Houston High School down in Arlington, Texas. He the one who put the school on the map, and he played for the Ohio State University.
Wow.
With my high school teammate Perry Carter from MCI.
Wow.
And my guy Perry Carter was his mentor, right? That kind of helped him, transition into Ohio State.
What a world, man. That's awesome.
Me and the family started vibing right off the back, and I just felt like I was supposed to be there doing that.
Yeah.
Right? The flight was awesome. Put me up in a nice hotel. We ate good, had a lot of fun, met a lot of people. I did 2 podcasts down there, and got to see some great games, man. It was some great games. A few of the games that was played, not a few, but here were the games on Friday. It was R.W. Goings versus Sam Houston. R.W. Goings won that game. And then Pace Academy versus St. Raymond's. Pace was coached by Raymond Felton. Point guard, North Carolina for the Knicks.
Yeah, long-time NBA player.
There you go. St. Ray spanked them, and Brian Storrs got MVP in that game.
Yeah. And
then the next night, R.W. Goings again against Burleson Centennial. I think Centennial won that game. I think Centennial did win that game. And then Lancaster, who was the state champions of Texas, of the whole state of Texas last year, played against Pace and gave them a good spanking. And then Kimball versus North Crowley. Man, this kid, and I hope I got the school right, but I'm quite sure I do. There was a lot of standout players, but it was this kid, and just because his name and his mother was from the Bronx, So I met his
Wow.
mother. You know, he lives in Texas now. And this kid is a sophomore by the name of Isaac Hayes. Remember this name, Isaac Hayes. This kid, he was all of New York City.
Yeah.
And there was another kid named Nunu from down there as well.
Yeah.
I think Nunu played for, let me see the name of the team. I think Nunu played for Kimball. No, he played for Crowley, I think. One of the schools. But those two was kind of the guys who kind of stood out because I was like, damn, they remind me of New York City guards.
Yeah.
But they had everything. They could
Yeah.
handle, they could shoot, they could play defense, they could pass, and they were young. I know Nunu was a senior. No, Nunu was a senior, and Isaac Hayes was a sophomore. Fantastic guards.
And talk about, because they at least from my football experience, never had much basketball. How big are those kids from those Texas schools, man? They got some monsters.
Huge. Those kids, the guards is huge.
Yep.
And the sophomore I was talking about, he had a nice size on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pause. These guys was physically fit.
Yeah.
And I guess because they got to compete with the football school, with them, a lot of them being football schools,
Yeah.
that these guys training is off the hook. So, and that's what, we'll jump until the St. Ray's game after I talk about Crowley and Wazachi. And Crowley and North Crowley are very good schools. North Crowley, their coach was the head coach of the McDonald's All-American game.
Oh, wow.
So just imagine, this kid, Isaac Hayes, being his point guard.
Yeah.
He's going to be a McDonald's All-American soon. All right? And
Yeah.
then, okay, DeSoto versus St. Ray's. Yo, bro, let me tell you. Let me see if I got this game up here. Did it save to my no, I didn't save to my what's the name yet, but I'm gonna put up their practice because I did a preseason runs with them, right?
Yeah.
No disrespect to St. Ray's, but I'm watching these guys play. I mean, in practice, and I'm saying to myself, "Holy cow!" Like,
yeah,
they gonna have a tough time. Now, I'm New York thick and thin. I'm not thinking they're gonna beat them, but I'm like saying, man, they're gonna have a tough because
it's gonna be a fight.
Just the look, right? Just the eye test. You just like, man, these guys is huge, athletic, and strong and cut. I wouldn't know. This is gonna be tough. Duncanville was not there, CK. Sorry about that. Duncanville was not there. I think they will be there next year. But it's gonna be even bigger and better next year.
Yeah. And talk about
what's good?
Last year, didn't another team go down there and not do too well?
Scaling.
Yeah.
Scaling got smacked when he went down there. So everybody again was thinking, okay, another New York team, another win, another W, and not at all. Not at all. This is I think I showed this today. For those of you who haven't been checking my Instagram, this is what some of the things that went down there.
Brandon Stores.
Oh yeah, baby.
Hold on. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back. Do you see? Look at the middle. Look how big that kid is.
It's crazy.
Look how big that kid is.
Size, man.
You see that? You see how big that kid just towers over? That's crazy.
It's wild.
That's crazy. And mind you, they had a kid by the name of Caden Johnson. He was like 2 times the size of Ty Turnage.
Oh.
One time he caught Ty Turnage in the post, and it was nothing Ty Turnage could do. But
Nothing.
like our boy, what he did? He fouled that kid out because because now you got to hold me. And Ty with his herky jerky neck, Ty was just putting it on him and put him in foul trouble. But that showed you the difference in the skill level of our kids. So let me just finish playing this. Oh, you know who that is, right? That's CC.
That's right, baby.
Yes.
Oh, another one. He got it.
Ty Turner's again.
Not on this layup. All right, boy.
Brandon Stores. Look at this. Hold up. Hey, you see that? You see that? This is what we was talking about last year. This is what we was talking about making that. See that?
That's right.
Wasn't we discussing that with him last?
That might be your advice to him every time you see him.
Right? Every time I'm saying, Brandon, once you get to turn that corner on the handle without losing the ball and keep it under control. He did that on the left side. That was the right side.
Layup.
That's your boy right there. And he did it. Look, going to the left.
Oh.
Hey, look at that. Going to the left.
Ridiculous.
Listen.
Not disrespecting St. Ray, yo. Post it. St. Ray, yo. Post it.
I love it.
St. Ray's on 3, family on 6. 1, 2, 3. St. Ray. 4, 5, 6.
Ready? Hey, you already said, right?
Yeah, man.
Put some respect on St. Ray's. Post this. I was like, and Brandon's so calm and cool. He didn't really have to talk that much.
Never.
He letting the people know, like, yo, chill out. You know what I'm saying?
And listen, a little bit of a new look. We know guys are leaving, but guys are going to step up, man.
Facts. My guy, I told him we blow the whistle. For sure.
Always.
That's official right there, man. Like, so that was a proud moment being a New Yorker, right?
Yeah.
Seeing these guys travel out to Texas, knowing, hey, maybe, because we don't know the landscape. We just know they produce a lot of good ball players.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And them going down and being successful. It was a great weekend, man. I got to hang out with the whole St. Ray's staff. A lot of them are my guys anyway. So it just made everything natural, man. So definitely.
Yeah. And, Texas has been chirping a little bit that they got the top state, man, So it was nice to send our New York boys down there. And you couldn't went down with a better program. Great staff. Will, Coach Lopez. I mean, the best of the best. And, you guys definitely came home victorious, man. And like Storrs said, don't sleep on St. Ray's, man.
That's right. I said next year, you need to take St. Ray's, if they're willing to go back, right? Lawrence Woodman.
Let's go.
And Thomas Jefferson.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Let's bring the whole Monty or bring Mount Vernon to somebody that we can kind of, make the whole state thing, right?
Absolutely, man. I love that.
Facts. That was awesome, man. Salute to St. Ray's, man. Salute to the whole coaching staff.
And listen, you brought it up. I'm dying to hear more about it. Talk about these preseason runs, my man, because they're blowing up. They look great. It's great exposure for the kids. Talk a little bit about what you've been doing.
Well, me and my guy, 5 for 5 Films Productions, we got together. He joined the staff of Basketball Heads, and to take it to the next level, and just giving people a background. I met him like last year. We used to always see each other, but he approached me. He was like, "Yo, I would love to help you and take your platform to the next level, man, and be the guy so I don't have to be the voice and the film guy."
Yeah.
And since he came on board, it's been great for me. It's been allowing me to free my hands up a little bit and get to the things where I've been wanting to do them
Yeah.
In previous years, I've been doing a lot of preseason runs, but they've been like short clips of me interviewing the coaches and get some short film of the
these
players.
look more in detailed. I feel
This
like you're
is
doing
way
a lot
more in detail, right? So I look at it as like the what you call the football, what they have the preseason football, what did they have that on HBO?
Hard Knocks, right? Yeah.
Hard Knocks, right? The Hard Knocks high school basketball. And it's been doing very well, man. So far we got Lawrence man, South Shore. All of those are doing very well. So it shows me that people want to see this content.
Oh
right?
yeah, people want to see behind the scenes. They want to get to know the people better, and that's what you're doing. You're giving them almost a glimpse of inside the huddle. So it's awesome, man, and it's great exposure for the kids in the program too.
I'm glad that I've garnered the respect from the coaches to allow me into their private sectors, and I don't see a lot of people out at these early preseason runs, so I want to take advantage of that. So I went to Thomas Jefferson after that, then Eagle Academy Brooklyn, St. Francis Prep, Eagle Academy Bronx, Bedford Academy, Stepinac, St. John's Prep, Severian, and I'll be visiting Crystal Ray as well. And then, of course, I told you I did the DeSoto, my Texas edition for preseason runs.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you see, I got the high-level schools, but also got a St. John's Prep. I got a Bedford Academy, and I'm going to Crystal Ray, right? Yeah. Kind of mix it up to show that, all levels of basketball can be have a spotlight put on them.
And listen, nobody better ever say anything about my poo. The stuff he does with Salesian, all these other schools, man. Come on. You're a B League favorite. You better be. I know that.
Nah, for sure. My guy Ayatollah B said, "What up, B?"
Oh man, Ayatollah Beats the best. could be our number one fan.
Always on. He is the number one basketball head for sure.
Easily.
So, okay. I talked to you off camera, right?
Yeah.
Hold on for a second. Let's check out some people that's checked out on Instagram real quick, because I'm about to cut off the Instagram. Y'all got to come to the YouTube, all right? In like another 7 minutes. So my guy Horse in the building, Huff, Coach Holly, what up? What up, Coach?
Coach.
High optical basketball. What? I don't want to say that name. That's crazy. Sound like you gay, but I'm not gonna do that. Brown light skin Murray Burcham on the check-in. Salute. Who else is on the check-in? Barbie, we appreciate you. Thank you. JB Ballin, Dave Joint always on the check-in. My God, Dave.
The best.
Definitely. Always we promote each other, man. That's my brother, man, for sure. My guy, Flea in the building. Are we live? Salute to my brother over there. Always supporting. Who else? My guy, Sherrod. Ty Sherrod, my brother, my graphics guy. So when y'all see those fly graphics, y'all know my guy Ty Sherrod is always looking out for me, putting them up. Who else on the check-in? Buster Jenkins, James King, what up? What's going on? Who else on the check-in? Dave just checked back in. Dave Joint, T. Compton, what up? What's going on? So let's talk about the title, right? The title was exposing the myth that players need to leave New York City to find success. Right? So hold on, let me see a few people. Just don't sleep on New Rochelle. The big man Malik Gasper have a promising future. I'm gonna be up there.
We're trying to get up there, man.
For sure. We was trying to get up there last year. All that stuff was happening, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. You gotta keep it safe for me who want to come through.
Facts. We was trying to get up there last year for sure. Said, yeah, trust me, we're gonna be up there, upscale Dave. Trust me, we're gonna be up there. So, without saying too much and giving away too much, right? You know, I had a discussion the other day in the airport. Definitely, most definitely. Well, that's gonna be on you, CK. Just about where kids can find success in basketball. And I'm saying to myself, New York City, right? New York City. It's so crazy, right? How the Lord works in mysterious ways, very spiritual, and I definitely believe. So I got a text the other day, and I forgot to put this in the chat. So I'm about to do this now so people understand where I'm coming from, right? Sometimes I think we get it twisted, B.
Yeah.
Right? We get so caught up in a bad advice crew and people telling us what they think people should do because they don't feel New York City kids are getting a great look in this being in the city. And I'm saying to myself, where are you guys looking? Like, really, where are you guys looking? Because we have always put out great talent. Now, whether you think we do or not, it depends who's calling it, right? It depends who's calling it, right? Because I just don't believe in the myth that you have to leave New York to find success. Now, speaking for myself, I had to leave because my grades wasn't up to par. It wasn't New York City, it was me.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't New York City. It was me not busting my butt in the classroom and doing what I need to do.
And if you could have left that year, your last year at Lincoln, to go play Division I, would you not have?
Yes, and I would have been the best player in New York City. I don't care what anybody says. I would have been the best player in New York City. Facts. And we would have won the city championship again.
Yeah.
Right? So, but it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't happen. So I got to move on from that. Right? Some people move out of the city, parents move because they got to move because their parents move.
Yeah.
Right? So they don't have no choice. Some people get caught up in a wave like, oh, we got to leave because the pasture is greener over there. So I ask people, and I'm asking my people on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube.
Yeah.
And if you haven't done already, make sure you subscribe to the channel.
That's right.
I think I'm at 10,000 already. I didn't even check.
Subscribe and like, baby.
Oh, man. We moving up in the world. Listen.
But I'm with you.
I want to know. Put in the chat, if y'all can, please, name the top 5 dudes who left New York City and went to the NBA or got a Power 5 scholarship.
Yeah.
Please.
And I'm talking
I'm
about.
I'm never asked y'all to name 10. Name me 5.
And we're talking about Pooh. They left to better their situation somewhere else.
Not they was already popping in New York and went somewhere.
Correct.
We don't count that.
Yeah.
Because if you was already popping already, you was already set to go regardless.
Yeah. It's a great point.
Who wasn't popping in New York, left, got popping somewhere else, and they got it going on.
Yeah.
Let me know. Oh, this year I'm not playing with y'all. No more this Mr. Nice Guy. The gloves are coming off.
That's right. Yeah, and it's true. I mean, you look around. I mean, we're pumping out kids to Division I levels left and right, man. Even through all this transfer portal, COVID year nonsense. Still pumping out guys.
Yo, Dave, I know you know. If anybody know in here, my guy Dave from Dave Joint know. I know you know. I'm waiting. I know y'all hear me on Instagram. Y'all talking about the Barclays in the game. Let's get in on this conversation. Name me the top 5 players that left New York City and got it popping, went to the league or got a Power 5 scholarship.
And didn't move because their parents moved.
That's a fact.
Right?
And we talked about they was in popping in New York and then they left and got it popping. Not they was already popping in New York and then they kept on with the pace.
Correct.
Let me know. All right.
And what do we always
I'm gonna
talk about?
I'm gonna give y'all like 2 minutes, and then I'm shutting down Instagram.
And Pooh, what do we always talk about too with this whole thing? The grass isn't always greener, man. Sometimes you go somewhere and it's worse, or
That's
you
a
go
fact.
somewhere and somebody comes in with you that's better than you. I mean, I pay attention to football. I pay attention to college basketball. Do you know how many guys are stars on one team and they go to this big team and they're like, I'm going to be the star too, and they don't even come off the bench. It's like, or they take all this money and they're like, good, I got a bag, and you're the second string. It's like, are you really bettering your situation?
Yo,
That's what we're
Jay,
talking about.
you telling the truth, Jay. You telling the truth, and you wanted them. Huh? You wanted them. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. All right. So let me run off some things to y'all real quick, so y'all don't get it twisted. All right. Let's not get this twisted. All right. So when I run this list on y'all and I blow your minds, pause. Y'all gonna understand where I'm coming from, because y'all have no idea what y'all talking about. Y'all don't know the history. You heard? Okay. Let's do the knowledge. Our first All-American, when they started counting All-Americans, 1977, Albert King. Fort Hamilton. Where was he playing the summer ball at? He was playing the summer ball in Brevoort Coliseum.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. Then you got Scooter McCrae, Mount Vernon, Sidney Green, Thomas Jefferson, Tony Red Bruin, Monte Cristi, Matt Doherty, Hicksville, Vern Fleming, Monte Cristi, Gary Springer, Benjamin Franklin. This is, look how many years in a row we just killing.
Yeah.
Bill Winnington, Chris Mullen, Ed Pinckney, Ernie Myers,
My God.
Kenny Smith, Pearl Washington, Derek Chivas, Ed Davidoff, Shelton Jones. We took a break in 85, 86, and 87. Then Malik Sealy comes. Rob Wardan, Kenny Anderson, Darryl Barnes, Jamal Faulkner, Conrad McRae, Adrian Orton. Man, look at this list, fam.
It's crazy, man.
Look at this list. And we took a break. Yeah, look. And we went through a couple of slumps. It happens. Lincoln, 3 in a row.
Oh, yeah.
And we took a break. Javion Pinkston, Tobias Harris, Isaiah Whitehead, Moses Brown, R.J. Davis, Adrian Griffin, Boogie Flan, VJ Esco. And we also forgetting my guy. Hold on, because in the same year, I don't want to forget him, because he's definitely on Captain Jack. Ian Jackson.
That's right.
Okay? All of these guys had it popping.
And that's
we're gonna have our slumps. They're gonna be some slump years.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting. Instagram. Anybody? Nobody can name them. I'll holler. Yo, Instagram. Come to hit me. Go to the link in my bio, and it's gonna bring you right to the show. All right? We signing off on Instagram. Salute. We out on Instagram. This is how real it is, man. So I don't want to hear this narrative, yo, you need to leave and go to another state because New York ain't getting it popping.
Yeah.
Right? I had Ian Jackson on the cover, Boogie Flan. This year, we got Brandon Stores, another ACC player, who signed last year. Not this year, he signed last year.
Sure.
Eric Acker-LaSalle, public school. Jaquan Carlos at Syracuse, starting point guard.
Yep.
All them city kids.
Yep.
Ian Jackson got Hood Hope on his Instagram. Like in the Instagram, he got Hood Hope. That's the BX all day. So what are we saying, man? Y'all listen to the Tiny Morton said it best. The Bad Advice Crew. Y'all need to stay in the back. Because that's all it is, BAC. Stay in the back.
Yeah.
Because y'all giving bad advice to these kids. Now, there's some kids right now I can name. I'm not going to throw nobody under the bus.
Yeah.
It was some moves that was made this year that I'm saying to myself, son, what you doing?
Blew my mind.
What you doing?
And what's the rush, Pooh? What's the rush?
The bag. The bag. Everybody chasing the bag. And to be ranked.
I mean, listen, what's wrong with, I got no problem if you want to go to prep school. What's wrong with going to school for 4 years, graduating with your guys, going to prom, enjoying yourself, and then doing like what you did, going off to a prep school and kind of growing up a little bit. To do it as a freshman, sophomore, all this bouncing around, I don't get it. A lot of these kids are in great situations, and I don't know if it's going to pay off.
Deep Blitz said, do you think Jonathan Swan had the potential to make it to the league? That's a super fact.
1000%.
If he stays focused and he keeps getting better, sky's the limit for him.
If he takes care of his grades and is never a problem to the NCAA, he could no doubt make it to the league. 100%.
Salute to my brother Ballhead in the building, for sure. Upscale Dave, there's not much I can only name. Mo Bamba, Spider Mitchell, New York is the Mecca. Thank you. Come on, fam. And I go, just name me 5. Everybody talking like there's been all the success outside the city. I'm going to just name me 5.
Spider Mitchell wasn't cooking it.
Yeah, see? Mo Bamba already had a name already, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so again, you name people that was already popping. Like, we talk about somebody that wasn't popping, left, and got it popping.
Yep. And now went from, really good to popping. We're talking about a no-name who said, I'm going to go somewhere else and blow up because of that. That's because that's what everyone's saying.
Look, Ian, Boogie is killing. Boogie about to be a first-round draft pick.
Higher.
He may be lottery.
I'm pushing lottery, man. Everyone I talk to, brother. Pushing lottery.
My man Chips, that's right. Listen.
Yep. And listen, VJ Edgecomb's going to go top 10.
There you
Captain
go.
Jack's hanging right there. He's just bursting for a shot. He's still on the radar. I mean, we could send 3-4 kids to the league next year.
And, you right, CK. You right. That's just New York and Long Island. We didn't even get to the upstate. And this was again, the biggest problem with people outside the city. They judge us in our 5 boroughs and the island. And not even talking about the dudes from upstate. We got a guy, an all-star right now, Donovan Mitchell. He's from New York.
Yep.
He in the league.
There's so much talent up there. Kevin Herter in the league from upstate.
Facts.
In the league.
Facts. What about my guy Jose Alvarado, straight from Christ the King?
Unbelievable.
To Georgia Tech. He didn't have to leave.
Funny. He didn't have to leave Christ the King, huh? He didn't have to go to, some crazy school, IMG, to get it done.
That's a fact.
Listen, when you got 2 teams in the top 10 and you got a bunch of teams knocking on the door, I mean, there's no doubt we have a bunch in the top 50. There's no reason to go anywhere. The Catholic League, the PSAL, loaded.
Somebody said DeRon Lamb, Christian McCullough, Cliff Clinkstell.
Wait a minute. I saw DeRon Lamb score like 30 for Bishop Loughlin.
Yo, chill out. Listen, and Devin Ebax, that's my guy's son. They was already popping.
Yeah.
Right? Y'all must didn't hear what we said. That we said someone that wasn't popping left New York and got it popping. We're not talking about somebody that was already nice already and decided to break out. That just added on to what they was already doing.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate you, Diamond in the Rough. Appreciate you, though.
Yeah, Chris McCullough, that actually might be a good answer. But, DeRon Lamb was cooking. Some of these guys that did up their profile, because what happens, Pooh? You're older, you get better. That does happen. But like we're saying from obscure to literally superstardom, because that's what these guys are looking for with these moves. So that's what we're talking about.
That's a fact. And this is the number one thing. That bag is calling crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It said, Say, yup, listen to the wrong people. Stay in school and develop and compete to make yourself better. That is so right.
And surround yourself with the right people, man.
That's a
Surround
fact.
yourself with the right people. There are some resources. There are people to talk to. I've had a ton of kids say, Coach, can you see if maybe this D2 program is looking for anybody, or this D3, or, are they still recruiting for 2026 for this school? Kids ask a lot of good questions. It's just you got to make sure you're talking to the right people, because there's so many people that only look out for themselves. And like Pooh said, they're saying what they would do.
Yep.
They don't take it. They don't take into consideration you. Every situation is different. There's so many kids that I would say, yeah, you need a prep year, and there's other kids I'm saying, get the heck out of here. Go to college. You're ready. You know what I mean? It all depends on each kid.
Listen, you get a lot of these kids who they just became the man, right?
Yeah.
And like the middle of the year, and they say, you know what, I'm gone, right? They didn't even give them a chance to get a full year to be the guy, average 30, and see where that would take them. And then you go somewhere and you be a role player, right? And starting all over.
Yeah.
Listen, you're going to have to do that in college anyway, so you might as well stay in high school and get all you can get out
Right?
of it.
I wish these kids knew, like, that's what's going to happen every year in college, brother. Like, try and enjoy it now. You're playing with the same guys,
That's
I mean, are
right.
you really going to get better as a mercenary? I mean, you see these guys bounce around. Does it really work out?
And
Not
it
a
really
lot.
helps the coach. It really helps the coach and the program. It really, the kids don't really get it. That coach wants you because you're going to better his program and put him in a better position to get a better job.
Yeah. And Pooh, a trend that I'm noticing too, especially with the really smart guys, the really bright minds, and the good coaches, they're not catering to you anymore. They're not going to kiss your ass to stay. It's like next man up. Someone's hungry. Someone wants the opportunity. I was talking to the Brentwood coach, and he said, I want guys who are going to be here. Those are the guys I want to coach. So if you're going to be here consistently, you're going to get coached,
That's so real, man. Say even D.O. Johnson didn't have to go anywhere.
Oh, my God,
right?
no.
Look at that. D.O. Johnson, he went to like 1,000 schools before he landed at, where he's at, Central Florida.
Yeah.
Right.
And when he was his best? When he was at Saugerties in 7th and 8th grade.
Okay.
But
somebody told him, yo, you need to get out of this small school.
Yep. Now you got to go to this school. Now you got to go to that school.
And it's so crazy because Lenny Cook mentioned him. Because I was like, yo, do you feel like anybody else is like you? And he was like, oh, yeah, this kid named D.O. Johnson. I told him his head was just like mine when I was in high school. This is why he went to so many schools like I did.
Yep.
But at least he landed in college, right? And he could get to try it all over again. Isaiah Stewart from Rochester was nice at McQuaid and Rochester, right? J.J. Sterling at Syracuse is from Baldwinville outside of Syracuse.
That's right. And before they went to La Lumiere, they were absolute monsters upstate. I mean, come on now.
Are these guys at Power 5 schools now?
Well, Isaiah Stewart's in the league. He's on the Pistons.
Okay.
He's the big guy that gets in a fight with LeBron all the time.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
And J.J. Starlin is
he was already a beast already.
Yeah, and J.J. Starlin is the other guard next to Jaquan Carlos
at Syracuse. Yes.
So yeah, absolutely, man. These guys, Rochester upstate, they got a ton of guys. Jimmy Fredette, man. Where'd Jimmy Fredette go? Glen Falls High School.
Facts. And went to Brigham Young and killed it.
Yeah, the NBA for a long time, man. Exactly. So listen, these scouts will find you. The NBA scouts will find you. Try and maximize your career. It's so funny. I actually read like a thing about Gilbert Arenas talking about his son, how, he said, listen, I could shop him around and him be that type of role player on all these great teams and all these different things. But he said, I want him to learn to be the man. You know what I mean? I want him to be the focus of everything, and him having to learn the pressure of, okay, I got multiple guys on me and I still got to produce, and he's going to keep getting better and better. And that's why he's looking like one of the best high school prospects in the country, because of that mindset. And I love that mentality of let's go out, eat, let's produce, And like I said, there's no rush. You can always go after you graduate.
Listen, I was sitting down with a coach at Southern Illinois, and we were talking. And I go, yo, you need to check out some of our New York guys.
Of course.
He mentioned this guy's name. He said, oh, yeah, I like this kid, but where did he go?
I love that you brought that up, man. Doesn't that always happen when you say that coaches?
He said, where did he go?
That's right.
And I let him know. He was like, oh, wow, why? He's already on our radar, and I can't find him anymore.
100%. I get asked all the time, where's this kid? Yep.
You about to see Todd Turnage tonight.
Yeah.
Right? You heard about Jada Swan and Connor Spradley, right? There's some ballers here.
Yeah.
I'm saying Connor Eagle, right? We got some ballers, like just throwing names at him. He just like, word. I said, yo, here's my number. Holler at me. I'm the Connect to New York.
I do it every time. I say, who you recruiting in New York? And, like you said, I usually get what's so-and-so up to, because everybody knows at least one kid in New York that they're looking at. Everybody.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. And, to give the prospects some love, you guys are being mentioned by a lot of schools, man. I've talked to so many people that have mentioned all these different guys, and they may not have offers, but they're definitely seeing our guys. And like Pooh said, I think the state is so on the rise, and I think it's one of the best times in a long time that New York State's in right now.
Yes, for sure. For sure. Well, I said I was going to do it. And the time is here. All right? The time is here. I know everybody dropped theirs. And I only do 10, baby. So y'all can go ahead and, name as many schools as y'all want. I only do 10. And I mix them up.
Baby.
Everybody go together. High School Basketball Weekly Top 10. Okay? So, at number 1, I got Stepinac. Number 2, I got Thomas Jefferson.
And to be fair, there are some schools that don't qualify for the list, correct?
That's right. That's right. At 3, I got St. Ray's.
Whoo!
At 4, I got Eagle Bronx.
Wow.
At 5, I got Nazareth.
Okay.
At 6, St. Francis Prep.
All right.
7, I got Christ the King. 8, James Monroe.
Okay.
9, I have Eagle Brooklyn. And coming in at number 10, South Shore.
Wow.
And I said South Shore because they always got Coach Smoke, and he's always going to be in it because you never know. He might
Wait a minute.
He might go from 10.
Season 2, F1, you're already doing it to me? It's Coach Mark, man. Come on now. You're
right about that. You're right
blow
about
the
that.
whistle
I'm a
on 'em.
You're right. Thank you. This is why you're my co-host.
That's
Let's
right,
scratch
baby.
that out of there. My bad, because I said I wasn't going to do it anymore. You're going to start calling him Coach Mark. You're right about that.
That's right. Even though it's like the greatest nickname ever.
Yeah, but we got to put some respect in his name. Coach Mark is it. You right?
Now,
you
listen,
right.
This top 10, I really like it. Because it's pretty close to the one NYC Hoops dropped. A lot of the same teams, a little different order here and there. But I'm really liking this list, bro. I'm liking it.
And again, according to what I've seen during the summertime, the improvement of the players, right? Because I'm counting all that. I'm not only just counting your team, those key star players, I'm looking at their improvement, how much they improve.
Yeah.
Right? And what's the gap in their or what's the jump or the leap from the year before to now. And some of the teams got a lot of new players and they still gelling together. And a lot of teams been playing with each other for a long time. So when I'm looking at the overall picture, this is what I got for the preseason. This is not saying what's going to happen for the year, right? This is what I seen, and from all of my stops and in between and watching summer league play, this is what I gather. So, hate it or love it, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, ours is pretty close, Pooh. I mean, ours is Stepanak, Nazareth, Rays, Jefferson, Eagle, St. Francis Prep, Holy Cross, South Shore, CTK, Eagle, and Scanlon. So
Okay. Cause we just swapped one out. Scanlon wasn't on my list.
Swapped a couple different levels.
Yeah. And listen, I think Scanlon gonna be tough. I just saw them lose some tough games during the summertime.
Yeah.
And maybe they wasn't having it rolling back then. It could have been the same for St. Ray's, watching them lose to Bishop Loughlin and then watching them turn it around, right?
Yeah.
And then watching them coming together during that Texas trip and saying, wow, this is a whole different team.
Yeah.
It's like these kids are really, really playing for something. You know, wait till y'all see their preseason runs, the Stepanaks and Eagle Bronx, but just going out to St. Ray's, watching these guys compete, seeing Todd Turnage and Brandon Stores lead in all their sprints, right? When you look at most of the guys who are the guys on the team, the guys who are the guys are really not probably working that hard.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to call any names out, but I watch everything. People don't understand. Y'all just think I'm just enjoying the game. I'm watching everything. I'm watching body language. I'm watching leadership. I'm watching communication. I'm watching how you communicate with your coach, how you communicate with your teammates. I'm watching the last dude on the bench, seeing how interested he's into it and how the stars are relating to him.
Well,
and his
listen,
man is sitting on the bench.
That's what the college coaches are looking at too, folks. So you're dead on. I mean, you know, I'm with you. I'm looking at, is the guy shaking hands with everybody on the bench, or is he that guy that just slaps fives with the coach and sits right down? Because there's a lot of those guys. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
I'm with you for sure. Yeah, I think Rays is going to be on a mission.
Listen, I could have put them one or two, right? So I saw them in the scrimmage against Jefferson the other day, and look, I agree with their coach. They were still punch drunk from the Texas trip. So they didn't, maybe their heads wasn't in it, and they was just going through the motions. But that wasn't for my decision, right? Right then and there. I knew they was a little bit further down on my original list before that point.
Yeah.
Right? So they jumped up a lot of spaces. Not gonna say where they was before, but trust me, they jumped up a lot of spaces to be at number 3. And I had to agree with Mr. Stores, right? What he said. Hold on. Let's go back to that, because I agree with him. And I think people are gonna have to start doing that right off the cuff. I'm gonna have to agree with Mr. Stores. I'm gonna just play this one more time so you guys get what I'm saying. All right.
It was awesome clip.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, ridiculous. Not disrespecting St. Ray, you know? St. Ray, you know? Focus. Not disrespecting us.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, they're hungry. They're going to be a tough out. Like you said, kind of a new look. New guys are stepping up. That program's ready, man. I'm excited to see Rays for sure.
Man, listen, that's just what it is. It's, I like this list a lot, but being that you had a closer view from these schools this season, what do you think of Christ the King to make them over Eagle BK? Well, again, because I don't think Eagle BK is gelled the way they're supposed to gel right now. They got a lot of good pieces. But they got a lot of new pieces and people that wasn't in those positions last year, right? So I think later on, BK is going to come up and show why they've been, 2-time defending champs. Christ the King, because they're undersized and they don't have the pieces that they used to have.
Got a great backcourt, though.
But those guys is balling out.
They got a great backcourt, man.
They have a great backcourt, and these guys have been playing with each other for a long time.
Yeah, and listen, Eagle lost a crap load of guys, man. Eddie, the kid, the defender, the kid who was a monster with Fleming, right? I mean, they lost some guys, man. I mean, Ja'Kai Sanders, big shoes to the kid Locke. I mean, they lost a ton of pieces.
And I think if JoJo goes back to being the dominant big man, right?
Yeah.
You already got your scholarship. Go back to being a dominant big man. I understand you want to be on the wing, but if you go back to being a dominant big man, Eagle Brooklyn is going to go real far because no one could hold him inside. He's, one of the biggest kids in the city. And I watched him what he did to Luha big man crew last year.
So true. That was eye-opening how good he was inside against those guys. Holy
right. So and you got the sophomore phenom who's still in pocket, and then you got Rich Jackson there as well. And I think Rich is just finding his way.
Yeah, and they got a strong JV. They got a nice sophomore, Dylan Leon.
That's right. Yeah.
They got another transfer that they're happy about. They still got the big guy. I mean, they're going to be good too.
They're going to be good, but until they start gelling, I think they're going to be able to earn it. I can't.
And listen, on my list, I got Eagle BK ahead of them. So it's just
and it can fluctuate, but I think, and my biggest thing is them being able to gel together and win quality games.
Yeah.
Yep. Salute
so
to the
we're
whole.
Gonna do a little predictions, baby.
Eagle. Yeah, for sure. Appreciate that. Yeah, keep your eyes on Christ the King, man. Keep your eyes on Christ the King. They're undermanned and undersized, but they got a lot of
Coach
heart.
Arbitello's furious, so let's go.
That's right. Appreciate you. All right, so you go first, brother.
What are we doing first?
We're gonna do Catholic school, then PSAL. Right to the point.
Just the championship game, not picking winner.
Right.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Got my guy Jay Carr in the building. What up, Jay? He said Eagle BK is always going to be consistent. I agree with that.
They're going to be in the top 10 all year for sure.
Yes, for sure. No disrespect. St. Peter's, man, they getting their butts kicked right now, man. They need to just get back on board.
I like Peters. I think they'll be scrappy this year, CK. I think they'll be a tough out all year.
I need to go out there. We need to go out there to like a St. Peter's, St. Joseph by the Sea, or St. Peter's and
Farrell,
or Farrell, one of them, right? But I think St. Peter's is the only AA team out there on the Catholic school.
Yeah, they're underrated though. They'll be tough all year. They're just outside top 10 though.
Right.
Same with Iona Prep. Iona Prep could be right in there. They're tough too.
Yeah, we don't do top 20s, top 15s.
Yeah. Starting to get crazy.
All right, let's go. Go ahead.
Okay. Catholic League first?
Yes.
All right. I think, and I've gotten 2 inside reports from their first 2 scrimmages. I think the Crusaders roll back to the title game 100%.
I thought we wasn't picking winners.
No, not winning. I'm just saying that they get back to the title game.
Okay.
Get back to the title game.
All right.
And I went back and forth because, man, did Pooh do a good sell job on those Rays boys? He really did. But I'm going to go with Gary Irvin gets our guy, Halan, all the way back to the finals once again. In a rematch, the Kingsmen against the Crusaders in a part 2. What do you got?
Okay. I got St. Rays.
Oh, I knew you were going Rays.
No explanation.
I like that, man. I like that. So how about you go first for the PSAL? Who you got?
Thomas Jefferson, Eagle Bronx.
Oh my God. See, that's why Pooh is my partner. I literally have it right down. T-Jeff versus Eagle BX. I think Eagle BX is the team of destiny this year.
We only got, you just got Nas, I got St. Rays, but we got everybody else, right?
I'm right there with you, man. I think that would be a great final. I think those 2 teams are hungry. They had a ton of action this offseason. Jefferson looks strong. The coaching staff at Eagle is fired up. Those guys are hungry. And they brought in so many big pieces. I mean, they're going to be tough.
Yeah, man. Listen, what more can we say? Somebody said, what about New Rochelle and Mount Vernon? Well, they don't play in the city.
We have them in our upstate rankings.
And our
both very
upstate
high.
rankings, definitely.
Yeah.
And we got again. We didn't get a chance to go see that match. I think the year before I got to see New Rochelle versus Mount Vernon. I didn't get to go see them play this year. But I will be up there this year if nothing goes down.
We're allowed
to. Right.
That place is so crazy they don't even allow spectators, man. It's nuts.
Listen, man. Hopefully, God will, everything works out, man. But hey, listen. Any more that we have to say?
No, man. It's the first step, the first of many. We're officially back. Pooh is going to be everywhere. I'm going to be everywhere. We hope to see you guys out. Big guest this year. Going to be doing a lot of stuff, man. Pooh's taking us to the next level, so be prepared.
So listen, we still going to be having our games of the week where we going to be in the building, mic'd up while the game is going on. So y'all going to be hearing our commentary while my guy Five films the game, and then we'll be interviewing coaches and players after the game, and maybe we get them at halftime, one or two coaches, maybe one coach a game at halftime, to make it a lot more interesting, man, and up the ante to this high school basketball thing we got here in New York City.
That's right, man. Many more. Can't wait, Pooh. So pumped.
No doubt. As always, man, I appreciate y'all. If y'all haven't already done so, please share this live. Let's get these conversations going on. Let's keep breaking this myth down, man. This myth of kids needing to leave New York City to be successful. They can stay in New York City, Long Island, upstate, and become the best players they can be. Right? And
that's right.
Only thing I do is just keep working hard and staying focused.
That's right, man. Things shift, and right now, New York basketball is shifting right to the top. A couple years ago when I was younger, it was probably football with a lot of kids going Division I. Now it's basketball, and now's the time, and we're going to try and do this thing right, and I can't wait for the season. No drama, nothing but hoops. Let's get some kids into college, baby.
That's what it's about.
That's right.
And last words for my former teammate, longtime friend, and New York City legendary coach and New York State Hall of Fame coach, Tiny Morton. Stop listening to the bad advice crew.
Please.
Keep them in the back. We out.
Peace.
Peace.